save time, I'll make a motion that we make the county comptroller.
Wait, I have a question. In the
I'm
earlier,
even done with my motion.
I'm sorry, wait, may I ask a question?
Please.
Earlier.
Say no. Go ahead.
Yeah. Earlier, Ron, you started to say something about the reason one of our audits was late because of water certificate. What are you talking about?
I guess nobody was aware that there were a bunch of water rights certificates in a lockbox in the bank. And as the audit information was being prepared, those suddenly came to light. And so
They were owned by the district or what?
yes, the audit information then had to be totally adjusted and redone to account for those assets before it went to the auditor. That took some time. There was a lot involved in that.
I think you were involved in a closed session where we went over all that.
This
We all
happened
were.
This happened recently.
This is this year's audit.
Just before the first of the
It
year.
was in 15, but it was the 14 audit.
14 audits.
They just had to get all that information out and make sure the asset value was
So
included.
everything
Just knowing that there was a claim that an elected official owned the certificate.
That was part of it. Was it? Well, it was part of the exchange, but it's,
That was an allegation.
But they weren't.
No.
They didn't own them.
All that's been, all that was
that was taken there.
looked at by the state auditor.
They did not own it, they didn't go.
Okay. All right, sorry, I didn't realize that's what it was. Thanks.
Okay, anything else? Hearing none, then I'll make a motion that the county comptroller, SSD comptroller office be officially made the comptroller of the JSSD as well as the records officer.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. Do we have any other comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, two opposed. That, we'll move on. Citizens Advisory Board, Steve.
I would make the motion, we go ahead and create a citizen advisory board for JSSD for as it came to the water and sewer, and follow the same format we're going to do on True Creeks and North Village.
Second.
Wouldn't this probably be more like the North Village one? Because it's going to vary a little different from the concrete.
We've got more people that
But
are.
it's
Yeah, but there's no irrigation companies there.
75%.
Five. Same as probably.
So we
To have representatives from the district office.
Yeah, well, that's what I think. The district.
And the only thing I'd make one caveat on this one, I think everybody's going to appreciate it, we're probably within a short period of time, less than 60 days away from finishing several different lawsuits. I don't necessarily want this group to add another complication to, but certainly for stormwater issues, we can deal with that. So we have
I'll
a
make
motion.
that motion.
Have a second?
I second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Ron, you'll take care of advertising all of those.
Well, you're going to put together the
Steve's going to put together his job list, so to speak. And their,
forms,
activities.
yeah.
Do you have any other general manager report? Do you have any other business?
Just, we'll mention that our consolidating our office space is still planned for. We've made certain changes. We put up a sign at the water reclamation facility identifying the office. And the only thing we're waiting on right now is we're working on how we operate our phones. We're trying to find a less expensive way to have a phone system, but one that's interconnected with all of our locations. So my guess is it will be at least 30 days before that's finalized. And we'll just keep you up to speed.
Now, you'll be finalized as a trailer, right?
Now, we
Change that. I'm moving it.
changed that. They're going to move into the building.
Like we talked about earlier.
Yes.
In that, just inside the front door.
Right.
It's a, if there's room.
Advice? Anything else? Anything from the board?
Doing a good job, Ron.
Yeah, just a big thank you to our general manager and to the ladies, doing a wonderful job. It's good to work with you. Appreciate all the detailed information you bring each time.
And Ron was involved coming down to the legislature on several different days each week. When needed, appreciate you coming for that. You have a question? Come on,
Yes.
sir, we hate to not have you in the spotlight for a minute.
Okay, my name is Bob Thiobald with Mayflower. I assume you're getting,
Come on over here, it's all over.
I assume you're getting to the end of the JSSD, ready to adjourn?
Yeah, you just barely beat it, but go ahead.
Okay. There's a couple of qualifications that I'd like to get from the board. One is on the, we've heard a rumor of a rate increase for reservation fees. We don't know where that stands, whether something has been proposed or approved. Mayflower is in the middle of negotiations with signing a reservation fee application. For the last 2 or 3 weeks, we have not been able to have contact with Mr. Kapolowski, and today is the first time that we have heard about his inability to communicate with our water attorneys. So Mayflower is not sitting on their hands doing nothing. It's just that when we would contact our water attorneys, he'd say, well, I've reached out to Mr. Kapolowski over the last 3 weeks, haven't heard anything back from him. So now we understand that, but until tonight, we had no clue. So I don't know who in his office is responding, or if anybody's responding to our attorney.
So I think, let me just say that, having talked to them, they probably don't know it, and maybe it's Lee didn't pass that information on, but let's get the communication going, because we have somebody else that's doing it, so we'll be done with that.
Okay, then we'll inform, well, next Monday when our attorneys get back, but then we'll start that all over again. So anyway, we're not sitting on our hands, and certainly want to proceed, but one of the questions was, I've heard rumors that there has been a rate increase for those water reservation fees. I'd just like to clarify what that is.
Okay, let me handle that 2 ways. I think, I'll let Ron talk to the increase. We're going to have a little bit of a closed session here in just a minute regarding litigation update relating to some of the stuff I had been brought to my attention regarding what you guys are doing. I passed that on to our other attorney that does litigation, and he's giving me some advice back, so I'm going to talk about that when they're closed. But as far as the rate increase, Ron, tell him what's going on there.
We have discussed this with Mayflower planners. The board acted at the February meeting to set the water reservation fee at $471.80 per acre foot.
That's a done deal.
Yes.
Well, I must say that we had no idea that was going to occur even on the agenda. And we certainly would have had some input to that. I would have known. Somebody would have known. So we'll just have to get back and see what happens with the attorneys that are negotiating that agreement.
It was clearly stated on the agenda that there was a water reservation fee increase on the agenda.
Well, we're going to discuss it here a little bit too, on relating to some other litigation, and so check with Ron after today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Anything else?
Chairman, I have one, you would have all got a copy of this email, it's from Jason Sucher, whatever, on a question on their water rates.
How long ago?
Seeing
I've
this?
seen several, but how long ago?
This is dated February 29.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Do we know, where we need to follow up, Ron, are you aware of what we're talking about?
You know what, that's one that I did not, that's the one that's, okay, let me bring that up. I should have put that on the agenda, because I've got going on some other stuff I didn't get. What we have here is, and Lynn might be able to help us, we have a condominium project up above the hotel, or above the fire station, or below it, I'm not sure which it is, you might be able to find that. And what
He
his
identifies
request,
where he is.
his request was, is that each unit inside there is being charged as an ERU, so they have a minimum, but they're not using the minimum water. In the summertime, however, they have a different meter, but water's outside. His request was that they be able to use the unused water from the units on their lawn without additional cost.
The water they're not using in the winter?
No, for that month.
Oh, even, okay.
Because each unit doesn't use their total allotment, if they'd be able to use that outside. And I apologize because I saw that and I did not get it put on, I've just been too busy. But
So is it something we can probably deal with next month? That Ron
have you seen it
said?
before, Ron?
No.
Okay. Let me deal with that. I appreciate you bringing it up. I had forgotten about that.
Okay.
Anything else? If not, then a closed session for litigation update.
Motion to go into closed session for litigation.
Anything else? Any second? I'll second. Have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hey, we're gonna come out and that'll be done. There's no more action after that. We'll get back.
Okay, thank you.